All right, good evening. I am Detective Richard Giles. That's spelled Giles. I am the Public Information Officer for the Mesa Police Department, and I will be briefing you on a officer-involved shooting that happened earlier today. At approximately 5 p.m. on July 11, 2025, officers were dispatched to the area of 350 East 5th Avenue, Mesa, Arizona, for reports of a shooting. Multiple people saw a man banging on doors and saw this man that was armed with a handgun. Two officers arrived on scene and located that man that was described previously by the witnesses, and they located him outside, still armed with a firearm. The officers gave that man clear, concise orders to comply, but the man failed to do so. This is when the officer-involved shooting took place. The man was ultimately taken into custody, and he was ultimately taken to the hospital, and he is listed in stable condition. The man is identified as a 30-year-old adult male, but his name will not be released at this time. Only one officer was involved in that shooting itself. No other officers or involved parties were injured during the incident. The Gilbert Police Department is going to be the primary agency investigating this incident as part of the East Valley Critical Incident Response Team in order to provide transparency to the community, as agencies directly involved in the critical incident are not involved in the investigation. I do not have a lot of information at this time. This is the preliminary information that is subject to change as the investigation continues. I can answer some questions at this time if you may have some.
I'm Stephanie Dupre with Aaron's family. So when your two officers got on scene, was this happening in the middle of this apartment complex, like in this little entryway here? Is that where he was knocking and where this was happening?
The knocking in itself, that's still under investigation. The exact, what doors he was knocking on or banging on, we're still investigating that.
And was this person an unhoused individual? Is this being considered any type of mental health call, or?
We don't have that information right now. We don't have any information that he was unhoused.
Was he threatening anyone?
That is still under investigation as well.
Is there a description of the suspect?
Description of the suspect, we're still holding off on that, and like I said, that can be provided at a later time as the investigation continues.
And there are still some people out here tonight, some of which have said to me that they live in this community and they can't get back into their homes. So is there anything you can share just for the community members who are still out here waiting to either get back into their apartment or just in general with this neighborhood?
I would tell those people, if they want to contact a police officer that's outside of the perimeter, if they want to ask them if it's okay to come inside like the apartment itself or leave, they're more than welcome to ask them, and at that point we can facilitate that.
And if you mentioned this, I sincerely apologize. Did the person, this gentleman, show any inkling that he was going to fire at officers? Did he, I know you said your officers gave him commands to drop the gun, and he did not do that, and one officer fired. What prompted the officer to fire his weapon? So
I didn't, just to clarify, what was mentioned before is just he failed to obey the reasonable commands that was given to him, and the exact reason what led up to the officer-involved shooting is still being determined. Any other questions?
He doesn't be here for a while, I assume.
It's possible that we might be here for a while. Any other information we will release when it's appropriate to do so, and the written statement of this incident will be released to the media later today. Sound good? Hope you guys have a good evening, okay?
No occupants inside, like the apartments, were harmed by him. Like he was just like knocking and threatening.
Yeah, correct. The only person that was injured in this incident was that man, the suspect.
And he was only shot once.
The details of how many times he was shot, that's still under investigation, will be given to later.
Okay. He said stable or permanent?
He is in stable condition, yes.
Do we know how long the officer involved has been with Mesa Police?
The officer that was involved in the shooting, he is less than 5 years. If there is no other questions, like I said before, we will be releasing more information when it's appropriate to do so.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.